standing his ground here in Austin, Texas, representing the Austin Arsenal. This guy sold his soul to the game and says, I will not let any man stand in my way. Treytyn, the prospect, Black. Yeah. Once this guy flips the switch, there's no turning back. Stomping his way across Texas by way of El Paso, James Kill Switch Polanco. Here we go, my brother. He flew,
up,
ran
down.
into some crazy stuff at the airport.
Up.
Close
your thumb up or down?
Yeah.
And then
Down.
feel it up.
Close it
Yeah,
up,
he's
you're
been
gonna
through
close
hell
down.
to get here. And he's really excited
Start
about
with
this
the
match.
elbows.
You know, it was just, I think it was
He
just
goes
a year
back
ago. James
2
was
inches.
messaging me on
Back,
Facebook. He
please,
said he had
right
been
there.
training. He's like, Frank, I want a left-handed match. I'm wanting to pull anyone in Texas for
You're looking right there.
$2,500.
Center.
I
want
want to put my money on the line. I
Shoulder
don't want
looks
to be a
good,
part of
don't
these guys
move.
who are just talking
Shoulder
crap
looks
and group
good, don't
chats.
move.
I want to get on a big stage, and I want to pull
Close your
real
nose.
athletes.
Closing you first.
And look where he is right now.
Here he is.
And here he is.
Yeah, as soon as we had our first event, he contacted us immediately and said he wants on the next card.
Don't
And he
move.
wanted
One warning.
Treytyn Black.
One warning.
You know, you
on
can
the
see
ref
the
grip.
nerves on the table, right?
Yeah,
They're getting
the-
put in
two
the ref
warnings.
grip
Ref
off the
grip,
go.
Yep,
One
ref grip
foul.
off the go.
Two
So
fouls
for
is
everyone at
lost,
home,
okay.
the rules are this. These athletes are all put
So again,
immediately into ref
elbows
scripts.
back,
The
please.
refs are not
Elbows back.
calling any sort of bobbles. They're
back.
trying to let these guys fight it out
Elbow
to a
back.
pin. But because of
Right
that,
there.
they want the
Don't
setups
move.
to be a lot more strict. They're not letting the
Webbing's
athletes
good,
close
your
their own
center. Don't
thumbs. They're
move.
not letting them close their own hands.
Shoulder.
Any movement in
Don't
this
move.
ref grip is a warning.
Don't move.
2 warnings is a
Close your
foul.
thumbs.
It's a 2-foul system.
And it's a 2-foul system.
move.
Currently 1 warning on James.
Don't move. Go.
Oh, it got interesting off the bat. All right, James thought he was going to go high.
Yeah, and what
Treytyn turned it around, turned it inside.
Treytyn turned inside, but Treytyn didn't hit.
Told him
Treytyn
earlier.
didn't surge.
No,
He just
but
hit
he
for
just
center position.
stayed center.
Stayed center, and James hit himself out of position. I was nervous because, you know, I thought Treytyn was the underdog in this
I did
match.
too, and I thought he might
We're gonna need a towel,
take
if you're sure.
Treyton's hand. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
saw Treytyn, instead of pressuring sideways, Treytyn just
Stood
punched inside.
almost with a high hook, really.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was
didn't-
able to turn him upside down.
He didn't supinate too much.
He said, let's make this a bicep fight.
Here's a replay. Oh,
Very fast, very fast. Yeah, I think that Treytyn took that where he wanted to go.
we're gonna see what James makes any adjustments. I'm sure their corner's talking about it. Treyton's been pulling all over Texas. He has a lot more ready goes, I think,
About
than
10
Treytyn.
seconds.
Or sorry, James has been
Okay.
pulling longer, but
2017.
Treytyn, yeah, but
Elbows
Treytyn
down.
has been pulling a lot more recently.
Very, very active.
So you have to consider, you know, it's
back.
not just time in the sport, but how much active
Elbow back.
participation do you have? Where are you going? Who are you pulling?
Yeah, who do you pull?
Yeah,
It's
who-
kind of a
who
big
do you
thing.
pull? You're
Yeah.
as good as your competition.
Shoulder.
And if
I
your
mean,
competition,
to be clear,
Shoulder looks good. Don't
James
move.
trains with Luis, who
Still
got out of his hole and pulled me
Close them down.
and shut me down.
yes,
And I was by far more active at the time.
They have killers everywhere.
Yeah,
but
everywhere.
You know,
Don't stop. One warning
there's
on this
another
side.
warning on James.
Yep. And
When
we're
I
back
close your
to
hand,
all the warnings
don't cover
at
his
every
thumb
fight.
knuckle.
Go
All
back
right,
to
I'm gonna
0.
close
So
your
that's
fingers,
one
but I'm
warning
not going
for
to close
James.
him over his knuckle, okay? If you close over his knuckle, it's going to be another
We can
warning.
pull up some numbers.
You
on
can
these
see that
guys.
James is
Got a
very,
warning on
very
this side.
excited right now.
Yeah, he's nervous
All right, elbows
after
back.
that first round.
I love the
Elbows back.
respect from the crowd during the setup.
Yeah,
One.
yeah, everybody's
on
super
Elbow back
quiet.
more.
Like, as soon
Right
as the
there.
match starts, everyone
Don't move.
cheers and gets real excited.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
in the
Webbing's
match,
right there.
shh, they're
Center,
setting
don't
up.
move. Shoulder.
We come to center.
Your center right there. Your center left, right, and
Both
Forward
guys
back.
trying to
shoulder
find
looks
position
good.
in their
Little
hands.
shoulder here.
It's really
trying to
Don't
be
move.
comfortable.
It's really hard to
Close your
finesse
thumbs.
the setup when it's in a ref
Close your
script.
hands.
You have to know. You have to practice
yeah,
it.
you
Close your
have
hand.
to practice.
Don't move.
One more.
Okay. There's a
One
That's
warning on
one
this
warning
side.
apiece now. One warning apiece.
Each have one
no
warning.
fouls.
Let's try it again. Elbows back.
You can see Heath in the background
Right
watching
there.
over what may be future competition.
Webbing looks
The
good.
winner of these
Don't
matches
move.
may
Shoulder.
come up against him and
Don't
Drew.
move. Shoulder looks good. Close your thumbs. Don't move. Don't move. Second warning.
Oof.
One foul.
There's a foul.
Remember, I'm going to close the second hand and say don't move. Okay? One more time.
You can see these guys.
You got one warning on this side, or one foul on this
and
side,
it's so
one
much
warning
harder.
on this side.
I think the whole
Well,
event
one of
being-
our goals was to
Yes, you
take
have two
away
warnings,
people
which is one foul.
priming
One foul on this
the
side, one warning on
ready
this
go,
side.
and
Yep.
people going on the
Elbows
eddy
are
of
good.
ready.
Elbow back just a hair.
it's so hard.
Right
And
there.
what's
Don't
the
move.
cadence here?
Close your
There is
thumbs.
no cadence.
Shoulder,
They're going to
don't
stagger
move.
because it is
Shoulder.
the ref getting you ready,
Uh-huh.
saying,
Shoulder.
"Don't move,
Okay.
go,"
Wow.
because
Close
you
you
are
first
ready.
this
The
time.
ref is getting
Close
you
your hand.
ready.
Right. So when he sets your
Close your
hand,
thumb.
you
Don't
need to
move.
go.
Go!
There we
Good
go.
start
There we
by
go.
James.
There we go.
Very good start for James.
Stop.
So
That's
he took
okay.
it a little too far off the
Winner.
back.
Whoa.
That's
that-
two. This is not over yet. That's two
Oh,
fouls.
I didn't know there was two fouls. I
Yep.
thought, okay, all right. So there's two fouls on James.
Ooh, that was a very
But
interesting
that
round.
was
There's a lot to
interesting,
be seen there.
And whatever James felt, he needs to go straight back there. And now they're going to the third round. So even though it's 2-0 right now, this isn't over because James.
Yeah, you can watch on the instant replay here that James got where he wanted to go on the go. And mind you, these pads are bigger. He has more room to go off the back.
They're 7.5 inches as opposed to 7 inches, right?
Yep, all the way around.
All the way around, which actually adds several inches through the diagonal.
Yep.
You got it.
Right. So you have a lot more pad to move with if you're making that very Travis Bajancy front left corner to back
Yeah,
right corner.
and
type move.
definitely. Like when I got on the pads and played with them a bit, I have a lot more runway space when I set my runway up to smash.
Right. Yeah. And if you're someone like me, I'm utilizing the whole pad.
Me too,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not burying my elbow. I'm putting my
You got
elbow
10
to the
seconds.
far front right,
Yeah.
and I'm bringing it all the way back, and I'm using all my real estate. And you give me an
All right,
extra
gentlemen.
half inch to play with of pad space, or more through the
Elbows
diagonal.
back.
Yeah.
It actually changes.
Elbows
Because
back,
someone
right
who's
there, looks
typically elbow
good.
fouling off the back, they
Is
may know now.
Elbows
is
good.
left
Shoulder.
James a strong hand,
More shoulder.
or is he a right guy?
Don't move.
Oh,
Shoulder here.
I
Don't
think
move.
he's a lefty because
They are
I remember
competing
when
both.
he reached out, he
Close you
said,
first.
"I'm willing to put up money against anyone left-handed."
Interesting.
That's what he
Interesting.
said.
This could be a big
Don't
one.
move.
A
Go.
big round. That's right where Trey wants to be. Oh man. To 3-0. Talk about making a statement. Talk about making a statement.
These guys are going to pull right-handed as well. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to run into another match. But
Come
first we're
back
gonna
up
get
here,
Dustin's
Treytyn.
Interview.
All right, you guys pulling both hands. That was a dominant performance on the left. The left is your favorable hand for sure. You tell me a little bit about how that match went.
Exactly where I wanted it to go. I wanted to take him inside. I wanted to go bone on bone with him, wrist to wrist. He didn't have nothing for me there. I expect the same thing to happen on the right hand.
You've pulled a lot of right hand in anticipation for this. I would assume it's the same plan, right?
Same plan. Inside, I want him. I mean, his arm's coming home with me.
Yeah. So bicep to bicep, let's go. All right, let's go, Treytyn. Let's go.
Here we go. So
I assume that with James's experience, he's been around a lot longer, that he approaches this from a different perspective.
you know, the truth is even though sometimes you're arm wrestling on maybe your less successful arm, what is it that we always say? Styles make matches.
Yo, you see the bicep on this kid? Jesus. Yo, if that's an indicator, this dude's dead.
Oh, what happened there? They call that center pin or foul?
Win.
I mean, God, he just crushed down. I mean, that looked very dominant.
That was very dominant. Polanco's going to
If
need
I'm
to figure
Polanco,
something
I'm
out.
asking to go to the straps.
He's going to need to figure something out.
I mean,
Or-
I'm running to the straps. It's not a hand loss that he's losing, but I mean, he's got to do something different.
I don't know what he does different. I mean, when it looks like he wasn't able to get outside of Treytyn's hand, and he wasn't able to, you know, like his arm got squished down to the center. Or maybe there was just a pressure he wasn't ready for.
Shoulder.
It looked that way. Yeah,
It
yeah,
looked like
yeah.
a pressure. And so sometimes when you have to feel it once.
Don't move. Go.
Oh, dominant. So you can see there that Treytyn just isn't afraid at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, he's willing to let him go.
He looks really happy.
Yeah, he looks really happy.
He looks relieved.
Yeah. I mean, the work the guy put in on his way here. He's been
yeah.
posting videos of all his workouts, all his training.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Well, and
he gets to
also-
the table and is laying into us.
Yeah, and and I don't want to take anything away from James because it does still take a lot to travel halfway
James
across
had
Texas.
rough travel,
and he had
man.
rough travel, and you don't know exactly how good you are until you're out there on a stage like this and you're arm wrestling other arm wrestlers that are seen to be, someone thought this was a match. James wanted the match.
James wanted the match.
Treytyn wanted the match.
Yeah,
so these have to happen. I think we're gonna see.
I mean, all hats off to James. The dude ends up driving from Dallas in the middle of the night during a weight cut to get here, like
to make weight.
He had a rough
Gets
go.
here, has to still cuts weight.
Had to go into his car, cut some more weight.
You have to give it to him. Like that's hard.
Dude's
to
a
do.
warrior, man.
Think about it. This Treytyn had home turf advantage.
Yep, it's a thing.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Treytyn didn't have to go. He probably has a dedicated sauna. He knows exactly where he's going. He knows exactly what to do.
Yeah.
He can weigh in early. He can refuel early. All that matters.
Yeah, big time. And he is a refeeder boy.
I think if I'm James right now, I'm just committing.
That's one warning.
I'm corkscrewing up hard, and I'm just committing my arm and my frame and my shoulder, and just saying, if I can't slow you down, like I'm gonna throw my whole body into it, and just see what happens.
Go!
That's exactly what I would have tried to do. You have to do what you have to do. That's what you gotta do. When your hand fails, when your wrist fails, when everything's failing, you just gotta commit forward. But it didn't look like it was enough. Treytyn
Black.
super dominant here, and he's gonna get interviewed
Let's talk a
by
little bit
Dustin.
about that.
No.
That went good, huh?
Exactly how it was planned. Exactly how it was planned.
Tell me how the relief. Where are you at right now? Your day's over.
I saw it. I visualized it. I've been visualizing it for the last couple of weeks. I saw it. It came true.
Yep. Well done, my friend. We look forward to seeing you back.